And now I'm trying to create the reflection of this mountain in the water. Um, so for reflections, I'm just putting vertical strokes. Um, since the reflections are not uh, the same brightness or chroma, I'm just putting some impression, and I may put some highlights later on top of that, but for now, as a base layer for reflection, I'm just putting mm, the vertical lines, and then for water I'll just put some horizontal lines as well to get the depth and perception of water. Um, for water I'm just using the blue colors, and up in front there are some waves and some shadows for these piers that are there. So I'm just marking them where my piers impression mainly. And for that I may use just any brush to get some guidance on my line so that I don't have a line which is not, to get a better idea, and it's not a wiggly line, it's more like a straight line. And you can use anything like a scale or anything that just helps. Since it's getting to get the 3D effect I'm getting. Um, just to get some impression. Just like that. Here also, just to get the line straight, pretty much. Not too fussy about that, but just to get the idea that it's not a very off or wiggly line that will look odd later, but just to get some placement there. It's just an impression, at least for now. We'll see how it goes later. And I'm just using the gray color just this side, and trying to mark my shadows in the waves that are coming closer to the land. And that's about it for now on the shadows. Let's get to some blue shades of water, and just like the sky we did, because the water would have the sky reflection, so kind of the same shades, but slightly different tones, you can say. Just add some different tones towards the land area where the land and water meet. There you would have more shallow water, so we'll do some green or different tones. So some greenish blue will work there. And you can even create some pebbles sometimes, where the land is, there will be like some uneven surface, so I'm just trying to create some thing but for that. And underneath this wooden structure there will be darker tones, blues. It's easy to go from dark to light, so I just put more vibrant colors towards the land area as the water gets closer, and then it will more be uneven. And more light. Light means I'm adding more medium or oil to this stage where I'm putting water. So for reflections I did the vertical strokes like this, and now for water I'm just doing and I'm not doing entire thing, but I'm just doing in some spots where I need to do the water. I'm just doing reflections and water. It's okay if the black goes there, that just becomes shadows of the waves. So just let it flow and have some fun time. And if you go over the reflections, that's okay. We can always go back and do there. I'm just planting a boat. We will put a boat there, so I'm just doing that. So I know my boat will be white, so that it jumps out, I'm just putting more blue color next to that area. And there is a small boat here also, so this will be another boat here. So trying to make it a bit transparent blue here. And we already had the vertical stroke, so now when I go over with the blue strokes, it just gives the impression of water is there. And see, I left some red in between. I may cover it later with more green wherever I feel like, but this is how it is coming to life. And I'm just doing some highlights on these waves so that there are waves here. It's just, the waves get, as you look at the distance, the waves kind of disappear and it's just one So the water is lighter and more transparent in places, and I'm just doing a few shades, and this is more like a merged in. And I know there's a boat here, which I want to highlight the boat, so I'm just doing darker tones there. And so it's a combination of vertical strokes for reflection, and for water it's horizontal strokes, and that's what gives a very nice impression. Now I may want to go back and redefine my reflections with thick white paint. So let's just, and very light hand I'm doing is kind of a scratching thing, and I'm trying to create opposite. Scenario here. So then it looks like there is a reflections falling on my lake, and I may refer back again to my I'm just trying to smudge that, the reflections. And painting is just, a game of adding and subtracting. That's the play. Just like this, it's fun. And now smudging those reflections. So now the mountains and the lake part is done. Next part will be setting up the boats.